Hello and welcome to Bookish Brits. I'm Rex, and this month I've created my own sort of Austen-esque trilogy. So how did I do that? Well, I picked up a book called The Other Bennet Sister by Janice Hadlow, and I could not put this down. This is about Mary Bennet, and if you're not an Austen fan, she is one of the sisters of the protagonist in Pride and Prejudice. And you kind of forget about her in when you're reading P&P. She's there. She has a few, I don't know, featured moments in the book, but yeah, Mary is the only sister you probably don't think about more than once. So this was amazing because it completely changed everything I thought about Pride and Prejudice, and I loved it. And I got to the last third and I started reading it really slowly because I'd rushed through the rest from enjoyment so much. And it's quite nice because the first sort of part, which is about less than a third of the book, is kind of retelling the events in Pride and Prejudice from Mary's perspective. Well, from her childhood, then it covers Pride and Prejudice, but it's sort of done with. And then the whole rest of the book is Mary's story. But because you've had her childhood and essentially the other sisters' childhoods as well, which you don't get in Pride and Prejudice, it's only about 40 pages of actual crossover. But it's brilliant. Genuine. If you are an Austen fan, you must read this. I had the same reaction when I read March by Geraldine Brooks and how that affected Little Women. So, love this. And because I then read this, I went back, and it was my birthday recently, so I managed to get all of the Jane Austen novels cloth bound. And you're saying, don't you own them already? I do have a really old edition of Sense and Sense, which I love and adore, and that is not going anywhere. But all of my paperbacks of the others seem to have disappeared. So I've either lent them to people or just my sister's nicked them or I've given them away. I don't know where they are, but they're gone. So Sense and Sense was the only one that I actually had. So I was thrilled to get the Penguin cloth bound editions of all of them, and they're over there and I love them. So that meant I could reread Pride and Prejudice in physical book. I know I can have the ebook for free, but it's not the same. So then I reread, and I'm still rereading Pride and Prejudice because I'm taking it slowly while reading other things to savour it. But 100% changed because of this. And I know this isn't written by Austen and therefore not canon, but I don't care. It is to me, and I'm happy with it. And I love it. So how did I turn this into a trilogy? Well, of course, big fans will know about Death at Pemberly. Now, I've never read this. I've only watched it. I watched the series that they did. So, as soon as I'm done reading that one, I will be moving on to reading Death at Pemberly. So, I have my lovely Austen-esque trilogy of sorts. So, for those of you who don't know the story of Death at Pemberly, it's P.D James, who's an amazing crime author, and she sets this after the events, a few years after the events of Pride and Prejudice, and it is, as you probably guessed, a murder mystery. So what better way than I've essentially got a full coming-of-age entire biography, Pride and Prejudice, and then a murder mystery. I couldn't be happier. This is how maybe all trilogies should be. Mixed authors, mixed genres. Let's go crazy. So have you made up any own series of your own? Pippin is saying that he does it all the time. But I would love to know in the comments. So, because I can't be the only one. This isn't the only one I've done. And I can't be the only person who does this, who makes up their own series. So, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm just going to go back to the Bennett sisters. So, bye.